Hello, I'm Lee Lowe. Joining me now is Jessica Jook, Vice President for Investor Relations at Canvest Environmental Protection Group. Jessica, welcome to Bloomberg. We have to say congratulations.
Thank you.
That Canvest recently was awarded by the Hong Kong Investor Relations Association as Best Overall for Investor Relations. What are the things that you feel the company has done in order to get to that point in terms of investor relations?
I think along the process, we get a lot of help from people around us because they found that, because we found that we're, in terms of market share, we're so small. And then when we were doing our IPO placing, we found that we only had a handful of investors on our list. So when we talk to people, we kind of humbly ask for help. And I think that sort of paid off. We were lucky to have a lot of investors who were willing to help us. One of the things that we find most helpful is we prepare a little video showing our company's operation because we are in the WT industry or waste to energy industry. So not very many people come across this industry and they didn't know how the plant would work. So we show them the video, and then that usually would sort of break the silence. And then we can quickly go into the core of our business.
Do you have a way for measuring the relative success or the relative failures of your efforts in terms of engaging people? Is it something that you can quantify, or is it something that at this point is just too difficult to do?
I think at this point in-house, you don't have any sort of scientific way to track that. Okay. But I think having said that, to tracking our efforts, we do look at whether our efforts and in dealing with the sell-side analysts eventually materialize into a report. That I think is more visible to us. But as to contacting investors and then after a meeting whether the investor actually buy our shares or not, then I think at the moment there is sort of no way to tell. We do try to become more bold now. Like we try to get feedback from the investors and asking them about what kind of areas that we need to improve, and also by comparing us with other players in the market. I think by having that kind of conversation, we can sort of sense whether they are our shareholder or not. Yeah.
So it's both a qualitative and quantitative approach.
Yes.
Using data. I understand you're a Bloomberg customer and
yes.
You do use Bloomberg terminals. Are there any capabilities on the terminal that you found useful for you?
Yeah, the main purpose initially to subscribe for the service was because we want to be able to monitor our own share price and also to compare certain financial ratios and performance with other players in the market. And also we do track our shareholders list on Bloomberg.
So last minute tips, best practices. If let's say I'm a company that's thinking about listing next year. If you had a chance to give advice to a company that's going to list, what are the most essential messages you would give that IR officer who's about to prepare for a listing?
Yeah, I think it is important, or it would be a luxury for a company who would have someone on board to transit the period and grow with the company together. Because if someone just joined after the company is listed, then the IR officer is actually learning everything from scratch, same as a potential investor learning everything from scratch. So in that case, maybe the investor cannot feel that they get the inside view from the company. But if you have someone who's been working with the company for a while to explain the company to them, I think it's more effective.
Thank you for being with us.